Hey everybody, Friendly Neighborhood Strider back once again with some more Persona 4 Arena action. And this time I think I'd actually talk about my experiences online with my main character and how I find him, which is Kanji Tatsumi. Now I'm no stranger to grappler characters. I'm very comfortable playing grappler characters. They are in a sense pretty easy to play, but higher level players can make use of mix-ups, like if they want to jump, if they want anti-air, etc, etc. There are ways to play grappler characters at higher levels, because just playing like low level, like a lot of people, won't get you anywhere with people who know the matchup. And you know, it even begins at low level. If people understand the matchup on a grappler, they can control the flow of the match, and that's the problem. Kanji players, like any other characters, like if you play Zangief or T-Hawk in Street Fighter, your main problem is getting zoned out by projectiles and keep away characters. Still, Kanji has some rather amazing mobility options. Not amazing in the sense of the rest of the Persona 4 cast, but amazing in the sense of if you've ever played grappler characters in other games, Iron Taker from BlazBlue, Zangief from Street Fighter, they would find these options incredible. Like Kanji can use evasive action, he can air dash, he can dive bomb his opponents to grab them to punish zoners. It's kind of an amazing skill set he's got here in order to supplement or complement his deficiencies at long range. And personally, I just love playing Kanji. It's just flat out, just walk up, command grab, walk up, fake, invulnerable, command grab, dive bomb. Of course, I try my best not to abuse these options too much, because of course, with a little bit of patience and some careful thought, you don't even need careful thought, just some basic thought, you can easily just counter these strategies. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've had my grabs short hopped over and then punished. And luckily, the same thing works for me. Like, I play Kanji a lot, and sometimes I play the mirror match, Kanji versus Kanji. But I just, you know, it's up to the player, really. Even if the character is at the bottom of the tier, it's up to the player to make use of what he's got. And, you know, those mirror matches are definitely really interesting, because if I can quote Futurama from the Farnsworth Parabox, we're exactly the same. I know all of his moves, therefore I should have the upper hand. And actually, it was really funny in that episode. Didn't make a whole lot of sense. Perfectly symmetrical violence never solved anything. But really, yeah, because I play Kanji a lot, I know what the other Kanji is gonna do, and in most cases so far I've been playing, the opposite Kanji is actually not used to playing against another Kanji who knows what Kanji is capable of. Short hops, etc, whatnot. Now, let me just move on with what I like about Kanji. Of course, high health, high damage output. You can be forgiven for a few mistakes because he's just got so much health. This delinquent high school student has got a really tough body. He can take a lot of punishment. That's what makes his total ass matchup, like Elizabeth and Yukiko, a little forgiving, because he can take a lot of damage. The point is, you shouldn't be making constant mistakes in judging how they're going to zone you out, because of course you only have so much health, but you do have a lot of it. And of course, once you get in, well, they're probably going to say goodbye to a third, maybe even half of their health if you play your cards right on a specific combo. It's kind of balls to the wall incredible like that. Kanji's also got his combos are not very complicated. He's got some complicated combos, and those complicated combos can lead to, I've seen, 6,000 damage. That's a little impractical. A lot of the other combos that would use either one more cancel, or a lot of them usually use one more burst. But even your most basic combos, let alone just a single command grab with follow-up, will just barely hit 3,000 damage. That's a lot of damage in retrospect, 3,000 damage. A basic auto combo will probably get you 1,800 damage, if you're lucky. Maybe 2,000. I know Chie can go to 2,000 with her auto combo with God Hand. Tacked on the end. Let's see. Maybe some other characters can probably spend one more cancel to extend their combo a little bit and hit 3,000 damage maybe. Kanji can do that easily with command grab, and with some other combos, like for example, let's see, what's some off the top of my head? Well, you can always do crouch strong, which is his anti-air chair flip, go into the skill boosted version of his anti-air grab, and then just walk up, launch him up again, and use the anti-air grab again. And that is, let's see, at least 3,500 off the top of my head. I don't know. It's definitely not 4,000. It would be amazing, but it's definitely 3,000 easy. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. And you don't need to know anything complicated. You don't need to know any. I mean, probably the most. I mean, I'm still trying to get the hang of his standing heavy, his shout attack. You can actually combo off of that for some reason, even though its most useful option is for tick throw setups. But you can actually combo off of that, and it's pretty tight. The cancel timing is like literally like split second. I hit this button, and then crouch strong. That's really fast. Kind of hard for me to do personally, but luckily I don't have to rely on tough combos like that. Kanji's just basically, maybe I can throw out my Persona's attack. Oh my god, fatal counter. Draw him back in. Blah 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 blah. One more burst. Holy crap! That's 5,000 damage. It's amazing. Kanji Tatsumi. And let's see, what else is there? His Persona attacks. Something I really like, yeah, on that note, something I really like about Kanji's Persona attacks is that you can easily fish for fatal counters with Kanji, because you know all of his fatal counter attacks. It's standing Persona, crouching Persona, jumping Persona, the light attacks, by the way, not the heavy one, because of course the heavy ones call down lightning. All those attacks are fatal counters, and all of them are just incredible. I mean, if you standing Persona, you always follow it up anyways with crouching Persona, regardless if it's hit or blocked. But if you actually get a fatal counter, then oh my god, will the damage roll in. And I already mentioned before, the dive bomb, my god, everyone just hates that attack. You can easily crouch under it, everyone knows that. But, I mean, if they're in the air, it's all over. Unless we're talking about you or Mitsuru, who can use their FA attack in the air, you're pretty much screwed if you're in the air and Kanji's flying towards you. Unless you can really time your attack in time. Like, for example, Elizabeth's stupid little aerial buzzsaw shit. That stuff is annoying. But you need that, whatever. So, that's pretty much oh, did I mention Awakening Mode? Awakening Mode gets even tougher to kill. I've seen combos that come with barely kill him, and yet it doesn't. He's just so tough, plus the Awakening Mode's buff. And while we're on the subject of Awakening Mode, Burn to a Crisp, his super grab, just incredible damage. And with so many of the most popular characters online being low health characters, you know that if you land this attack, they're either going to start panicking or just flat out lose. Even if they're in Awakening Mode, characters like Elizabeth or Yukiko or Naoto, your super grab, even while they're in Awakening Mode, I think even if they're at max Awakening, it'll pretty much spell doom for them. So there's not enough health to survive that attack. So, of course, Kanji, not the perfect character. He's super slow. His run animation, like, he can actually run compared to most of the grapplers I've played before. But of course, he's a grappler, he's still slow. He's got a ton of startup on that run for some reason. And that's what mainly makes him a slow character. The run animation is super slow. His walk is pretty good, but his run, you're not going to get anywhere with his run. And even his evade roll, it's pretty short. All characters have the same evade roll, but it goes different distances. But of course, Kanji is really short. I have found recently that's a really cool trick to slip through an enemy's attack with evade and then command grab. But you know, that's about the extent I can use it with, except for a few other circumstances. Of course, a lot of Kanji players, you might notice, they take to the air and air dash a lot, and that's because a lot of their mobility options opens up in the air. They can air dash, they can dive bomb, they can air dash and use that huge chair swing, which is just diabolical. But of course, lots of kanji players will probably lose if they rely on their air dash a lot, because of course it gets predictable and everyone will start to remember, hey, I have an anti-air attack, like use crouching strong or Akihiko's crouching strong, or pretty much anyone's crouch strong, so stuff it. But yeah, and poor movement options, easily zoned out. I think his hitbox is a little big. Also, his persona is pretty big. If you throw out your persona attacks too carelessly, you're going to lose your persona. And even though I don't think of Kanji as a persona-reliant character, he actually is. I mean, at mid-range, his persona is amazing in order to gauge space. Of course, he actually needs his persona for his command grab. Of course, you probably noticed that part where he throws his opponent across the screen and his persona just crashes on top of him. Yeah, he needs his persona for that. I actually really like his FA, the lightning shock. Pretty much can't escape that if you touch it in any way. I think even if the attack that comes in contact with its super armor, even if that attack technically has no hurt box onto it extended from the enemy, you'll still get shocked. It's really, plus it surrounds you, so trying to wake up and evade around it won't work because it surrounds Kanji. It has a pretty decent, you know, aura hitbox that'll pretty much stop anything in its way. And it's super cancelable. I, for some reason, have not been doing that a whole lot when I've been hit confirming it, but there's that. But, and it also shocks them. That's another incredible thing. Oh god, Kanji, so good at the right matchups anyways. So yeah, that's how I play that's why I like Kanji in a nutshell. And you know, I mostly go for command grabs like any Kanji, but over the course of playing the game, you pick up some tricks like tick throw setups, like a double standing A and then command throw, or standing A into standing strong and then command throw. Of course, you have jumping strong, which is the big chair swing. I oftentimes cancel that into dive bomb with mixed results because sometimes they'll crouch, but not all the time. Sometimes they just continue stand blocking it and think, maybe they're gonna do it again. That's kind of the weird paradox about it. I mean, you have to stand up in order to block his chair swing, but you have to crouch in order to avoid a dive bomb, so it's kind of a small mind game. Not really. I mean, plenty of people are I've actually hit a lot of crouching opponents with a chair swing and then canceled into dive bomb, and yeah, they still crouched, so I guess they knew it was coming even though they took the chair to the face. Whatever. Right now my Kanji is sitting at around 350 PSR. My grade is A. I'm not really confident it'll stay like that, but it's still A, I guess. And, you know, still playing Kanji in ranked, getting them up. I've seen people at PSR 500, 600, and I feel confident I can get Kanji up to that PSR. It's just a matter of my grade will stay the same. I feel like a B. I mean, most other fighting games, I am a B in those games. Maybe B is a little much. I mean, I got to C in Street Fighter 4, and probably an equivalent grade in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I'm starting to pick up Aegis if I'm putting it into this video. Aegis is... Man, after playing Kanji for so long, the character is so slow. It's all about being patient and picking the right moment. And, you know, being patient with Kanji really pays off. Because, you know, you have a lot of health to take that punishment, take that chip damage. And if you're patient enough to wait for the right moment, you know, that right moment means 3,000 to 4,000 damage. So, it's all worth it. But Aegis, it's like, I'm so used to thinking on a slow pace for Kanji, just thinking slow, methodically. Okay, I'm gonna block this, I'm gonna jump this, air dash. I think he's gonna throw out a projectile, so I'm gonna dive bomb it, and etc, etc. It's like, and all that, I'm like literally thinking that fast, like that kind of pace. But with Aegis, like, take that pace I just described, that thought pace, and multiply it by, I don't know, 3 times. Like, there's so much shit to juggle with Aegis. It's like, oh man, Orgia mode is so awesome, but I can only use it for so long before it runs out, and if I don't turn it off, it'll overheat, and I'll have to wait. I have to, let's see, what else is, like, I have to Orgia mode, air dash in, hopefully you don't FA out, hit them with jump strong, crouch,
Back off. Change mode. Oh my god, I'm running out of bullets. I need to bring out my persona. I need to zone a little bit, but I can't. I need to buy time for Orgy mode to recharge, but that means I'm gonna run out of bullets. Damn it! So much. Oh, I guess it's so complicated. But when it all comes together, and you know, luckily, I'm just starting, I guess, so that means the PSR is low, and if I find the right if I find the right opponents, I'm playing against characters with a similar PSR. PSR hopefully means that that is your amount of experience playing that character. Of course, not counting ranked matches, so I mean unranked. And hopefully the people jumping into ranked don't jump in with their, let's see, level 0 Yosuke, and in reality they've been playing so many player unranked matches that their Yosuke is the equivalent of, like, say, my level 300 kanji, and just get totally cock-stomped. But hey, I guess I'm working on it. She's actually really rewarding. I was intimidated by her complexity at first, because, you know, she has normal mode and Orgy mode, and all this stuff to juggle, like bullet counters. Like, bullet helps buy time for Orgy to recharge, but I only have so many of them. But after playing through arcade mode, as I guess, and getting a few matches under my belt, I'm slowly getting used to her. She's still really hard. It's still really hard to juggle all of my priorities, as I guess, but I'm figuring her out, and luckily I'm playing against people so far I've played against people with similar experience with their characters. I'm new to my Aigis, and I've been playing a lot of newer players, with new Yukikos, new Yosuke, sort of. But it's just so frustrating sometimes. I mean, not in the sense that, yes, I guess I'm still trying to get a grasp of Aigis, but it's so frustrating that this Yosuke that just beat me, I would have easily beat him with kanji. Oh, it would have been so easy, but I just lose control sometimes because I have to think so fast. Blah 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 blah, and I lose, like, I drop combos and I drop situations and options. It just does not come together well, and when I lose to that Yosuke, lose a PSR of 50, who was using tactics I would have easily stuffed as kanji, but oh well. Life goes on, and you keep learning. So I'll be working on my Aigis for a little bit. Hopefully you guys are hopefully you guys are enjoying Persona 4 Arena. I mean, the main reason I'm still playing this game so much, like, compared to other fighting games, I would have slowed down by now because of just sheer frustration. Like, oh god, I don't want to deal with it right now. I gotta take a break, but I'm just so addicted to Persona 4 Arena because the netcode is so good. I'm gonna jump into a ranked match, and I'm not gonna think, oh god, not this again. I'm gonna think, ooh, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna do this. Oh, that worked. Oh yeah, alright, this is really rewarding. 4,000 damage, yes. And like, even if it doesn't work and I start eating shit, it's like, still, like, I am in control of that loss. I know why I lost. Netcode. Our system works so good. Or maybe with Axis. Whatever. So good. Netcode. Yeah. I really also wanted to mention this part too. Who I've been playing, the characters I've been seeing the most. I mean, did you guys expect to see so much Elizabeth? I mean, she has the lowest health in the game, but you see Elizabeth so much in this game. Also, well, Yukiko, that's not a terrible surprise. She is, I mean, people just like playing zoners because they know if they're going to play online and they play a zoner online, they're going to frustrate the opponent, and frustrating the opponent is step one in winning the match. And that's Yukiko in a nutshell. She's kind of easier to zone out because, kind of easier to zone with, I see, because Elizabeth has a lot of unsafe options, while Yukiko's are much more straightforward, at least at her basic zoning. And, you know, actually that's all I've been seeing. Elizabeth, Yukiko, maybe a Yu and a Chie thrown in there. Barely any Yosuke. I've played against 2 kanjis in total. Maybe a Mitsuru. Actually, I've actually played against a handful of Akihikos. And a lot of Teddys. Well, Teddy players online just love using their unblockable Teddy Circus attack. Which I promptly remind them, no, stop doing that, it's stupid, I know how it works. And every now and then I see an attempted instant kill, and I have actually yet to be killed by an instant kill. And I have gotten plenty of instant kills myself. Whether the opponent was just not paying attention or it was a legitimate punish. I mean, I actually got a legitimate full screen I guess insta-kill punish earlier today, so yeah, Persona 4 Arena. Still amazing even after what? 2 weeks? 3 weeks? It's that netcode. It's so good. Alright guys, that's enough from me. Hope you enjoy the video. See you guys later, and keep on fighting.
Yeah.